tactical genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. Eyeball top number hit to you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the corner bank to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. Magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. To the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And it's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Right, folks, good evening. Welcome back to VP4TV. This picture will come up in a minute. We're here for the hot seat match, and it's going to be the first player into the final of this year's 2025 10 ball on the 10-footer World Championship. Cobra representing the United Kingdom and Interchangex representing the United States of America. Now, let's look at how they got there. If we look at Cobra, Cobra's had a comfortable start. Surprisingly, against Bedhead, I think that was 17-8. And then in round two, he had a slightly more challenging match against Larry, but he still got the better of him by, what, 4 racks, was it? Around about that. 17, well, what looks like 13. My eyes are going at this time of night. I can't even see the bloody thing, and I'm sitting right in front of the screen. And then in round three, we had Cobra against Tommy, and that was a bit more of a beating up that Tommy got in that match. And then, of course, we had the epic, as a lot of these matches Cobra has with Albinario. This time it was Cobra that came out on top by the odd rack on a hill match, and that's how it got him to the hot seat match. Now I need to find Interchangex, and Interchangex, he had a first round win over Mr. Fox, and I would say a lot more comfortable than I thought he would have. I think Mr. Fox was pretty disappointed in that match. I didn't get to see it. 17-6 it was, and then we had the follow-up match in round two against Miskin, and again another very comfortable win for Interchangex there. Round three, again a little bit more racks given away against Demon, but again it was still a fairly comfortable win by 7 racks, 17 racks to 10. And then in round four, we had his biggest challenge so far, of course, which was against One Pocket Slim, and a 17-15 win in the end by Interchangex. So he had his biggest challenge there, but his biggest challenge is going to happen tonight, or at least it should be, up against Cobra. Incidentally, talking about One Pocket Slim, he played his one lost side match against Spectre Dawn the other night there, and unfortunately for Slim, who was streaming his own match, he just got the 7 racks against Spectre Dawn. So Spectre Dawn marches on, and he now plays Albinario on that one lost side. They've still to arrange their match. They've got until March the 6th, so another 4 days to go for that. And then, of course, the loser of tonight's match will come over to the semi-final, and then the winner of the Albinario Spectre Dawn match will play that loser of tonight's match. So there's nothing much left in this tournament. Welcome to Spud Boy. Welcome to Hazard, if he's still there. No word from Steve if he's intended to join us. I don't know how busy he is. He hasn't messaged me, but I've got Discord open, and he may well jump into the room, and that way I know that he's there. The other thing to have a quick look at was the straight pull. The straight pool has since been filled, and the tournament starts on March the 13th, so that's a week on Wednesday, I believe, that this tournament will go live as far as matches go. If we look at, now there's one thing that caught my eye, and we need to have a word with Steve about that. The match timeout seems a bit weird. There is 0, I've noticed. So that needs to be looked at, because the match timeout would mean that it would normally say 5 minutes. You know, so if you disconnect, you've got 5 minutes to get back in. I presume that's what that's for. I think it's 10 minutes at the start of the match to get into the room, but 5 minutes if you have a disconnect at some point during the match. But that 0 minutes needs to be looked at by Steve. So that's another reason for reminding me to have a word with him if he does come into the stream tonight. Anyway, we're going to have, this is why I started a wee bit earlier, just to have a look at the bracket here. We've got, now VP Monster's gone AWOL again. He does that. He disappears for weeks on end and then he shows up. But let's hope he remembers he's signed up for this straight pool tournament. And he's drawn Spudboy in round 1. It's a full house, remember. 32 in. We've got Rabi against Sergresh. We've got Polka Bouter against Aussie Mick. Coldest Pillows up against Hazard. We've got MC_Clarky against One Pocket Slim. That'll be an interesting match. We've got DJ Simon against Shibo. Interchangex up against Bedhead. That'll be very interesting as well. We have Albinario against some guy we don't know who, and Albinario may well be getting a bye. We have Tommy against Defty 2. Power Slam against Brain Fallout. Fast Eddie up against Miskin, and Cheeky Chico has drawn Cobra. That's a tough challenge for Chico first round. Linus up against Larry, Viking against Laser, and Woody against Stub. Stub might get a bye there. Woody signed up for these and never showed up in any of them in recent times. And finally we have Spectre Dawn, who will end up probably getting a bye as well and end up playing Stub in round 2, because I don't think Miasma will show either. If he does, that'll be a big surprise now that he's found out he's playing Spectre Dawn. Right, so that's where we've got to, folks. Well, yes, you will, but remember your target's to get a higher run than what you did in the last one, which I think was like 5 or something, which was pathetic. So your objective's to get a higher, get double figures for goodness sake. Right, anyway, we are almost good to go. How long have we got? I'm trying to see the watch, and we'll get 3 minutes to go. Anything I want to talk about? Not really. Oh, aye, there's just something I need to check. Let me check this, see if it works. Keep your eye on the screen, guys. There we go. That worked. Now, what you need to tell me is do I look out of sync in terms of the lip sync with the audio? Because that's what I've been trying to fix, which is the problem you get with live streaming. You can let me know whether it does look out of sync or not. But welcome, everybody. And let's see if we can get that back to normal like that. That'll do. Right, what am I missing in the chat? I'm going to have to lift this phone because my eyes are... I've got double vision tonight, believe it or not. And I didn't get a proper nap in the afternoon. What was it? Tighter pockets? See, this is what people moan about. They moan about wanting tighter. I don't remember that we had tighter pockets the last time round, but this is the way it should be to encourage high runs. Welcome to Larry. Just very slightly out of sync. Well, I set the audio delay to 1. In fact, I can muck about with that right now. In fact, hold on a second. Let me go to Tools, Audio Mixer. And let me see if I can change the delay in that. In fact, The bloody thing's reset itself, believe it or not. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can set that back to 150. Why does it keep bloody resetting itself? Hold on. Let me just keep winding this up and see if that'll fix it. It's always going to be out of sync, the audio in a live stream, unless you're going to adjust the audio delay. Let me switch that to 150. And this was another reason for starting a bit earlier. I'll get out my chair to see what I'm doing. I'll set it to 150 milliseconds. Because when I checked that earlier on this afternoon and I did a quick recording, it actually looked okay when I looked at the lip sync. Right. Steve is in Discord. I'll be with him in a second. Let me just check this now. You can let me know what it looks like. Right, I've adjusted the audio to 150 milliseconds now. Does that make it look any worse or any better? Every time I say something, my lips should be moving in sync with the audio now that I've changed the delay. Does it look better now? Anyway, enough of that. Let me get Steve in. In fact, this room will be going up. Right, good afternoon, good evening to Steve. I'm not hearing you. If you're speaking.
I'm speaking. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Right, we're in. The room is up. Players have lagged, are just about to lag off. We've got Cobra on the right-hand side. Good luck to both of them.
Yep, this should be interesting.
The one thing to say about Interchangex, out of all the players in the tournament now, it is obvious, it is stating the obvious the fact that he's got to the hot seat, but he's got to the hot seat by being consistent and taking opportunities when the table's there for him. I can't remember him turning down an awful lot of opportunities, but he's going to have to do that and a bit more tonight, I think, if he's going to take out Cobra.
He's one of those guys that has the potential. He's one of the kind of up and comers. Here's a big moment right off the bat. What's he going to push to? So this is a little bit tricky, pushing to this, because the problem is you're pushing to something that somebody can play safe. I might try to push it over by the corner, by the 6 ball, and see if Cobra can handle that safety. It's not an automatic one. You could push to a kick. This in real life would be pretty good. I don't think it's good enough on VP if he can roll this. If he can't roll this, it's a good push because, and he may not be able to. If you can roll this, it's no good. But if you can't roll it where you're gonna end up being hooked, then it's a good push.
It can go forward with this, even with a bit of right to check it and get into the middle of the table just like that.
Yeah, but that's not any good, is it? Oh, it is good. He got past the 4. Good shot.
Right, now somebody said, I think it synced just fine. Now, Spud, do you mean it synced better after I adjusted the audio, or do you think it was good to start with? Because it never is good to start with. It should be better now, and if not, I can tweak that a little bit more, but I'm going to have to do that before every bloody stream because it doesn't save the delay. Anyway.
Well, I don't think it was a terrible push, but it wasn't a great one either. I mean, Cobra was able to handle that pretty good. I think if he could have got maybe a little bit more straight on the 1 ball, it would have helped.
No, he's perfect in the 4 ball.
Yeah, I mean,
the 5.
Well, Cobra's played just, Cobra plays the way he's been playing. Interchangex is going to have to play match of his life to win. So I watched a little of the match with Slim, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of screaming while you're trying to play.
Well, I mean, I said to him, my opinion on it. You're too busy looking at chat. Your mind isn't on what you're doing. But anyway, that's what he wanted to do. And that's why I stayed well out of the way. As soon as he said he was going to be streaming, I mean, he wanted me to stream at the same time. And I thought, absolutely pointless.
Yeah, well, I have to. I just think it's too much of a distraction.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe there's some people that could do that, but if you watch players in real life, you don't see them chatting up the crowd and doing a lot of other things. They sit there in their seat and are pretty quiet when they're not at the table.
Well,
that's a little overrun.
Yeah. Well, it's testy. He's not going to scratch. And
he's probably going to have to shoot the 9 in the same corner unless you do
I
have a shot where you could hit this hard and go like 3 or 4 rails to get on the 9 in the side. But I think he'll roll this and shoot the 9 in the same corner.
Yeah, the cue ball's coming towards the donut. I think. I don't think there's anything much he's going to do with the cue ball other than just pot this and let it run out.
Yeah, which means he'll be shooting a 9 in the same corner.
Look at where the donut is, guys. Commentator's eye. Well, I'll give him 7 out of 10 because he didn't quite get there, but it's good enough.
Oh, that's perfect because you can just roll this one.
Yeah. Well, I suppose in some way you could say that giving Interchangex the benefit of the doubt, he was maybe leaving something out there as bait for Cobra. It was actually, well, it wasn't as tough as it could have been as a shot, and well, he took it on, and the rest is history.
Yeah, maybe pushing up on top of the 6 and getting him on top of the ball and very straight in. Because the idea with that, especially in VP, making the ball's not that tough. You want to put him in a spot where it makes it tough to get on the 2 ball, and that was just not tough enough. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, he had to hit it good. I mean,
did I say welcome to Bedhead? Welcome to Bedhead. I forgot whether I did or I didn't. I can't remember. Anyway, welcome everybody.
And this is a good looking break, and
yeah, 3 balls gone, 1 ball's on.
Yeah, there's no problems on this table.
Yep, anything happening here self-inflicted damage because they've all got a pocket to go into.
Yeah, the trickiest part is the 6 to the 7. But the 7 goes in the side, so you can get on the 6 and bump the 10 and shoot the 7. So there's nothing dire on this table. It's just a matter of execution at this point.
Welcome to Mark. Good evening.
Yeah, Cobra has continued to get better. Every year, Cobra's been better, and it's going to be interesting to see him play in the straight pool tournament because he's going to be a threat there too.
Here's something that crossed my mind. This is one thing that crossed my mind the other day. I take it everybody saw
perfect speed.
Everybody saw the Ukrainian president getting his arse handed to him by Trump and Vance the other day, and pointing out to the guy that they didn't really say thanks to the United States for their support. And I thought to myself, I wonder if Winston Churchill actually ever did that back in 1945 after the war was all over. Did he thank many of them? Did he thank the Yanks for their support? I don't know whether he did.
Well, that was a little different situation. I mean, England had a lot invested in that war.
Well, this is a bad start for Interchangex, a good one for Cobra. But self-induced bad start, has to be said.
Well, it wasn't a great push out. It wasn't terrible, but I mean, that's kind of the lesson, is you got to push out to something tougher. You got to push out to something that the guy's probably going to give you back.
Oh, Chimpy's come out of the woodwork. Good evening. Well, 2-0 to Cobra. Well, this again is, you know, all part of tournament play and, you know, how you react to different situations. So far, Interchangex has really been the one in control in his matches. He's built up a lead. He's controlled that, and in 2 or 3 of them, he's walked away with the matches. So tonight's a different setup. He's got to get into the match.
This is a great table. I mean, this is one of the best tables I've seen in this tournament.
Oh yeah,
I mean, everything's wonderful. Breaks, makes a ball, got a perfect shot on the one, and
well, this is just deja vu again. The only way he's not going to get out is doing something dumb. It's just as simple as that. Can't see where this is going to fail.
Well, if it was right there. But he moved the cue ball perfect. You got to watch out for the side pocket here, but I don't think he'll mess with it.
Welcome to Bill.
I think he held that ball just a touch, make sure he stayed away from the side.
Well, needs to punch this in to get this out a wee bit. Wants to be a wee bit better on the 6, just like that.
Perfect. Yeah, well, you know, you're not always going to get the perfect angle in this game. It's just the way it is. So you got to be able to deal with it when you don't have the right angle.
Right, well, there you go, Steve. John Higgins, who has, I think he was thinking the world was against him. He's had a lot of bad runs. In fact, he's had been in, I don't know how many finals it was in a row, and lost them. And he lost them from winning positions, very strong winning positions. The worst one probably against the Aussie guy. I think he was 9-4 up and lost 10-9. And then he's finally won a ranking event after 5 years in China. So, and he's almost 50. There you go. So there's hope for everybody yet.
Yeah, and one of the things about Cobra, he doesn't make a lot of unforced errors. We have seen them. Everybody makes them, but he doesn't do many. And when you combine the way he moves the cue ball with not too many errors, he's breaking good, and he's playing a lot smarter than he used to. He's not taking wild shots. I mean, this guy's going to be really tough to beat in this tournament.
Well, so far, Interchangex is what? 2 shots worth mentioning, the lag, and then the push out.
Yeah.
And he sat there and watched this for 3 racks so far.
Oh, he's popping the ball, and, you know, he's keeping the cue ball in a good spot. And
well, that 6 ball just bumping the 1 into play, and look at the 7, the 8 and the 9, a dead set combo.
Yeah, the thing about keeping the cue ball more centered in the table is that you got a lot better chance of getting a shot on the 1 ball. Because it's all percentages. What percentage you make a ball, what percentage you come up with a shot on a low ball. And the higher that percentage, especially when you're running out all the time, the harder you're going to be to beat.
Well, this is, to me, this is the important shot here, getting onto this 5 ball. It looks simple enough, but you just got to get that angle to get yourself shaping the 6 ball.
That's an interesting way to play it, and you got to give him a lot of credit there, because he could have drawn it back. Well, he had to get it out around the 10. That was interesting.
I think he would have liked to have been a lot shallower in this 5 ball and probably take the 6 ball off the table, because he might end up having to play a 6. He might end up having to play a 6, 8, 9 combo here.
You kind of got to decide that now. So you have some options. You can try to run into the 6 ball. You can try something. Not. I don't like going up and down here. Not with the way
you could end up bumping the 10 and have nothing. You know, he's got to be careful.
I would either play to bump the 6 ball or I would play to shoot the 6, 8, 9 combo. I think the 6, 8, 9 combo
He's trying to go
the best option.
Is he trying to go inside the 6 or get a bump? Yeah.
He tried to bump it, but he still got the combo.
Yeah.
And this isn't a terribly difficult combo as far as 3-ball combos go. I mean, you just got to hit that 8 pretty square, and the 8's close enough to the 9 that if you're off a little, the 9 is still probably going to go.
Well,
the question is they're going to come up with a shot on the 6?
Yeah, that wants to go at the short rail. That was a problem with it.
Yeah, so you're either going to shoot this or you're going to play safe. Now, the safety to put him on the 8 ball is there.
No, you ain't doing it. Not that way. He's looking at the thin edge.
Yeah,
He's trying to blast us.
No, he's going with a lot of inside. He's trying to cut it in.
Yeah, he's got it. Cue ball staying in the table. So, problem dealt with.
I think that was a good play because the safe was a little tricky. When the ball's on the rail like that, the 8 ball, it's not a very big ball to get behind. If that ball's like a ball off the rail, then you got a lot of room there.
Oh, by the way, Steve, just as a remember, go and have a look at that. Have a look at the Straight Pool World Championship tourney page and look at the match timeout and tell us what the problem is with it. Because there is a problem with it and you need to get that checked out ASAP.
Match timeout, 0 minutes. Why is it 0 minutes?
Well, you're the one that set the thing up.
That's a problem.
Right, now look at how that camera jumped here. I never touched anything, and now it's went off centre. You see that? Now I'm down the rail. Never touched it at all.
Oh,
well, in goes the 10 for 4-0. What's Steve eating? I don't know. You're going to have to ask him.
How do you know I'm eating, coldest fella?
Billiard chalk, that's what he's eating. Well, Interchangex is probably going to sleep because there's another ball in the break, and this one ball. Now, hang on a minute.
He's going to have to play this off the 8. That's tough to play it off the 8.
Yeah, I think he's getting the 8 too thick, and it won't go in anyway.
Now this is where this is where you don't give him crap. You play safe and you make him kick at a ball. This is where you don't want to give him a chance. Play a safety because you don't have a good shot. And even a safety like that, which is kind of weak, you're making your opponent kick at this, and he's going to have to try to kick safe and or kick a ball in, and that was a very smart play by Cobra. You just don't give the guy crap. Don't let him have a breath of water. You got his head underwater. Just don't let it up. Give him nothing.
He's got to get the full meat of this one ball. Yeah, and he has done. That's a great shot.
Uh-oh.
Hang on, no. He's fine. He's fine.
Boy, he was almost screwed there. That goes in, and he's.
And the replay's working, and he had to get that pretty much full ball. That's the only way he was going to get the cue ball to stay there.
So I like the Masse here. He might kick it.
The Masse between the 5 and the 2?
Yeah.
Well, he's got plenty of room.
Yeah, there's a lot of room in that long rail where the ball's sitting. There's a lot of space. This is a little harder this way, I think.
Well,
all right. Well, that was an excellent kick safety by Interchangex. And that's what he needed to do there. I mean, he had the chance to kick safe. He hit it perfect.
Well, this is easier said than done. I mean, it looks simple with ball in hand to pot the 1 and get on the 2. He's got to drift over to that left side as we look.
Yeah, no, I don't like him shooting it this way.
Yeah.
See, he should be shooting it and coming off the rail. See, I hate seeing guys shoot it that way. Well, it's going to work.
He's got
You're better off. you're cutting it to the right and coming off the rail. So he's good here. I think he should be okay.
Run? Is he trying to run forward, right side of the 4 as we look? Oh, look who's arrived in the room.
I think he's just stunning it over.
Yeah. And again, see, that was what was playing in his mind, getting past the 10 ball, and he's ended up missing the 2 because of it. See, why didn't he just let that run forward? I don't think he was going to land on top of the 4 ball. Anyway, well, the 6 ball pot is 1 good stroke on this 2 ball, and it ain't going to be a good start at all. Great start for Cobra if he can nail this one.
Yeah, you got to decide whether you're shooting or playing safe. If you're shooting, you got to hit a good one.
How can you come to that conclusion, Bedhead? He's had about 4 shots in the match. He says Interchangex has played terrible so far.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten a play. He only really messed up once.
I know that was said in jest, but give the guy a break. He needs to get 1 or 2 shots before he can play bad.
Well, anyway, Cobra went
scratch.
For it. It was everything looked good until the ball went in the side pocket. I'm surprised he's not going around the corner here. He's trying to hold this. Boy, he hit it good though.
Managed to do it. Hold on though.
Yeah, he's good.
Well, can he get out of there good enough on this 7? Because he might be taking a chunk. He's nipping off the rail. He is.
Well, This is the momentum thing because Cobra hasn't done a whole lot wrong this rack. That scratch was kind of brutal, but that was kind of in play with the shot he shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he could have played safe instead of shooting that. I'm not sure that was a bad shot to shoot at because the safety wasn't that easy either. A lot of times in pool, you get yourself in really tough situations where there's nothing easy, and I think that was one of them.
He's going to have to jack up and dig in this 8 ball here to get out of there. Is he trying to? I think the only danger here is if you get this too good, you could end up scratching the side pocket. You've got to be careful.
I'd pull it past the side pocket myself here.
Yeah.
Boy, that was well a little out of control, but he's good.
He's got the pace right, but there was always trifling with that side pocket there. Well, so far so good to get off the mark. But like I said before the match started, this is really the first decent opportunity he's had, albeit from an error from Cobra. But what he has done is take it out, and this is what he has been doing when he has been given those opportunities. He has been getting out in the majority of the occasions, which is why he's got this far. So he has to believe in that, keeping going.
Well, Interchangex really needed that, and he's breaking the same way. He's got the butt up. He's going to pop this and try to leave the ball in the center.
And he's got the 1 ball. The 8 balls get into the same pocket.
That's a wonderful break.
Where's this?
Is he going to get screwed?
Did I say the 1 ball? Was it the 9 ball that went? It was the 9 ball that went.
So the 3 ball rolled in front, but he's got a pretty easy combo, or he could shoot the 1 in the corner. He's got his choice here.
I think
he looks like he's going 1 in the corner. Now this is the confident play, because this way you can't shoot a combo and have the 1 go someplace funny. He's taking all the error out of it, but you got to make the ball.
Yeah, he's miles away from it.
Yeah, I mean
didn't even give it a chance.
That wasn't even close. I mean, it wasn't a gimme shot, but that was close to a foot away.
Well, he's got to watch the 5 ball here. Got to watch the 5 ball, and he's going to be well past that, and it's all good.
Cobra plays smart lines instead of trying to shoot the 3 in the side. I mean, it's a little tougher speed-wise to get on this 3 good, but he gets away from any issue with the 5 by doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. back the way for a long 5 into the corner. With the look of it, he's not going to risk doing anything daft here. Oh, he is. See that? Well,
he's
got
rolling
the pace right. So
when you're when you're rolling it, it's very low chance of messing up. You know what Cobra's learned, and I don't know whether he's learned this on his own or he's been watching a lot of YouTube videos, but if you watch the pros, they don't take a lot of chances with a cue ball, where they could get snookered, and that's what Cobra's doing. He's playing lines where he can't get himself in a bad situation. He can't get a bad rub off a ball. He can't get himself snookered. I mean, he can still mess the shot up, but it's not going to be by doing one of those fatal errors.
So what's the verdict on this straight pull, Steve? How have you worked out what the issue is there? And more to the point, have you remedied it so that it'll be working for the tournament? Well, into rack number 7, Cobra with a 5-1 lead. And this is where you've just got to be patient. And again, you know, don't panic. Yes, you're 5-1 down, but don't panic. Chance will come at some point again, and then of course it's what you make of it when you get it. Well, this is a tough 1 ball. You've got to get dug right into the cue ball to probably spin it right over to the rail and back out for the 2. Big shot here to start off with, but that's going to be the crunch one, getting good, and again, absolutely stonewall perfect.
So how about these two guys, how they're breaking? I mean, we're seeing pretty impressive breaks so far out of both of these guys.
Well, I mean, the obvious one that's going to be the issue is from the 6 to the 7 and getting on the 7 in such a way that you can get up top for that 8 ball. Again, easier said than done.
Yeah, well, he's going to have a good angle on the 6. You just want to draw back and get closer to that 7. That's the main thing. Is you don't, you know, in VP, there's a lot of times you can leave yourself a lot of distance and be okay. When you get into shots where you want to draw it, that's one of the places where you'd like to be closer. It's way easier to control it.
Yes, you notice how Steve gave that question a body swerve when I asked him about the straight pull.
Well,
that means he hasn't come up with a solution yet.
I can fix it. I mean, you asked me why it did that, and the answer is I'm not sure.
Right. Well, that's something to. I mean, you've got how long? 10 days or so to get it fixed. That's plenty of time. That'll keep you busy. Well, this is it. This is a shot. Checked it up big time. And he's got there. Well, you've got to go. You've got to run forward with this, haven't you? And go 2 rails and out into the table for the 9. Get it spinning a wee bit.
Just a FYI, Hugh, it's already fixed.
Right, so what was the problem? You forgot to put the time in. That was an easy fix.
No, the default's 10 minutes. It must have accidentally got set. You know, it's probably a keyboard error or something. I mean, the default's 10 minutes, so I mean, I don't usually change the default.
Right, well.
Shit happens to you.
The only worry you would have if you're Interchangex is that right now, this is looking like a bloodbath, even this early on. And that's when the panic starts to set in, where you're desperate to get in. You're desperate to get a table. And then you start taking undue risk and you don't play common sense. So this is why it's a test of Interchangex's mental processes dealing with a situation like this, because this is what champions have to do. If you're a champion, you have to deal with all the adversity of not having it going your way and finding a way out of it.
Well, I've been saying this for years about not making mistakes and controlling the table, and now you start to see why, because you got a guy that is controlling the table and not making mistakes. And when Interchangex gets up to the table, if he makes a mistake, he's going to pay.
Is he going to hit this off the 5? Because this looks a great billiard off the 5.
I think he will play it to go off the 5.
Yeah.
Now, there is a spot in between the 5 and pocket it could hit. It doesn't go in. He could play it straight in. We'll see what he decides to do. He plays it off the 5. Very well done. Very good cue ball.
Oh, that 5 ball just get out of the way there. That could have created a problem there, that 5 ball. But it's just run on. Now, the only thing you don't do here is mess about with the 10 ball if you're going. I mean, you obviously want to go up the left side, I think, but the 10 ball's just getting in your eye line. And he's well away from that. And this needs to open up and become shallower. See, it hasn't quite. Now, he might try and bump the 7 here. He could go to the rail and just try and bump the 7, knowing that if he doesn't bump it quite as good, he might leave the higher cut in the 5 and would still have a decent shot. Or he try just to nip it dead weight? Yeah, that'll do. Well, 6-1 could very shortly be 7-1.
Well, congratulations to Rublin Amit for winning the 9 ball, $22,500. She's richer, and
hang on a minute. They might be getting away with this, by the way. What tournament was this, Steve?
Oh, it was a Kamui tournament they're having. I think it's in Vegas. They've been streaming all the matches. You know, that's all those things you've been watching, like the banks, and you know, they have 9 ball men and women.
That challenge thing that was on.
Well, some of them are challenged. There's tournaments too. She just won the 9 ball tournament, and big tournament for women, 22,500. I'll tell you what, the women now can play.
Perfect. Oh, he's got to get a hit. Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, well, he didn't give up a lot here. He did not give up a lot here. And this is a tough situation. So the all or nothing shot is try to put him behind the 9, take a piece of the 6 and go behind the 9. The safe shot is bunt this to the middle of the end rail and try to bring it back towards the 7. And that's what he decides to shoot.
I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it's a big cut, but look at the distance.
Well, he didn't get it on the end rail. Well, this one you shoot every time. You cut this to the left where the 9 ball is, and, you know, you play to overcut it. Now, see, the mistake he's making is, okay, he's playing the safety. This is even better.
Oh, he's just got too much on it.
Well, he had to get it to stretch because of where the 6 ball was. I would have shot that because it was a pretty free shot.
What do you do here? Do you cut across this and play the bank into the opposite side pocket?
This is tough. He looks like he's going to try to run into the 10 and bring the cue ball back on the 9, or he's doing something like that.
Where's the cue ball going?
The cue ball's going in the pocket.
Well, there's another mistake by Cobra.
I don't think that was a bad idea, because he was playing the 2-rail bank, bank, the one I talk about all the time. Somebody finally played it, and he just didn't get the cue ball right, but the thought was good. Thought was very good.
I think that's worth a ban from VP4, Steve, what Coldest Pillars just suggested. I think that's like a 3-day ban from the lobby for saying that. Even coming up with that suggestion. It's just a crazy suggestion. I mean, that is
pretty crazy.
That is appalling. Good God.
I think he would mature. I don't think there's any chance of him maturing. He was complaining to me about his fine from the last tournament.
Yeah, I got a message today. So obviously he's feeling the pinch. You notice how that's a little bit of psychology. He's feeling the pinch. He's just realised his bank balance is dropping like a stone. Well, anyway, that's 2 errors that Cobra's made where he's scratched, and Interchangex has taken them both to get his 2 racks on the board.
I will say I like the safety he played. I mean, I thought he played. Oh, look at this break! Another great break. I thought he played a really good safety. He just didn't execute.
Let's have a look at what's going on here. I mean, you get rid of the 4 ball, but does the 5 ball go comfortably? I wouldn't suggest it does, but if you play the 5 ball in the long, past the 7.
Yeah, I mean, this is. The thing is, he's going to have to go back and forth because you're going to have to leave yourself angle on this 4. You're not going to try to get behind it, I don't think. I think he'll go forward and leave himself angle. Well, he's coming back. Yeah, I don't like coming back as much. I would have gone forward and left angle and gone back and forth, but he played it perfectly.
And he's gone slightly inside, so he can just get the line in the 5.
You can be in a better spot than this.
Oh dear! Oh dear!
He dogs the ball.
He played the stun to get out onto the 5, obviously, but the thing is, he took a chunk out of that 8 ball doing it, and that's a big fail.
Well, this one you try to kick in, you got to watch out for the scratch, but you kick this in off the long rail.
And that's what Interchangex needs as well. He needs to get lucky. Now, is Cobra going to be brave and try a jump shot? He must be jealous at these jump shots that Albinari's been doing. And here we go.
This is a pretty long distance to jump.
Yeah, well, Cobra will put that back in the bank and not get near it again.
Well, it was just too far. I mean, the distance to the 5 ball was too far. I think he should have kicked it off the long rail.
So 5 and 7 aren't dead set, but easily makeable.
Even I could make this.
Well, how's the 5 ball going to stay in play though? That's the problem.
Oh boy.
Well, he's okay.
Got a shot.
He's okay. He can pot it, but he's going to have to just. I don't think he has to do anything other than just pot it and make sure he's got half an angle in the 8 ball. And it's in.
I will say this. Things have gone... The rolls have not gone Cobra's way so far, and he's up 6-2 or 6-3, so that's pretty good.
Well, he could have done with being just that bit more comfortable in this. And when I say comfortable, I mean like there. That's where you want to be. You want to be staring down the barrel in these. You don't want to be tweaking anything. And then he goes. So the scoreboard looks a wee bit more healthy if you're Interchangex. Let's see what angle he's putting on it. He's got a ball.
Another good break.
One ball's coming in. That 2 balls. Where's this 4 ball going? Oh goodness, he's still okay. And I'll tell you something as well. He's just going to drop through that gap with the 5 and 6 and beyond the 2. I don't think he should be doing anything else.
This is a little tricky. You kind of got to stun run this. This is not. And the corner pockets in play. This is not. He may try to slide back on this. He's
trying to come down the backside. Well, that's probably a wise move. But he had the angle. I think the only danger with the angle I was looking at was running into the 5 and scratching.
Oh, I didn't like that other play. That's a tricky play to stun run and get that angle right. I think what he did was a smart play.
And just grazes the 5, so he's still good. Well, he's got to get, again, it's all about angles. It's not just about getting on the 5 ball. You've got to be able to get good on this 6, so it's a simple drop in the 8, the 7 into the side, maybe a run through the rail and across again for the 8 into the top left-hand corner. I mean, that's the sort of roadmap.
What Interchangex is doing right now is he's telling Cobra, I'm not going to go away, and I can win this thing. And that's what he needs to do, because that'll put some pressure on Cobra.
Well, he's like I said, he just needs to do what he's been doing in the tournament. When he's been given opportunities, he's took them. Now, this is the important one and how good he was in this 7, and that's fine because he can just draw off that out into the table for the 8.
Yeah, I like going to the rail there. Some people might try to draw that up. I like going to the rail there.
Now, how's this angle he's got? Well, he's got a slight angle. So he's just
this
got
is
to
kind of a little
get a hold of it.
He decided to go to the rail. There, pretty good shot. Pretty good shot there.
Well, another break and run. And you have to say that what's XAOUBX gratis player saying? He's saying, hey, super admin. I don't know whether he's trying to draw your attention or whether he's saying hello. But you have to say this about Interchangex. He's got a pretty damn good break, and I think that's another big factor that's helped him through these matches, that he's actually been getting good breaks and, you know, making do with the table he's getting from these breaks. That would have been interesting to keep a tab on the successful breaks he's been getting and what he's been popping away from them, because I think he's been pretty good. I think the guy must have been, oh wait a minute, he says, answer me on lobby, I need to know what does VP4 uses of internet. I don't know, where's this guy from? He's obviously not speaking English as a first language. Has he left the room? Where's he from? Algeria. North Africa. French he'll speak, the guy. They speak French in Algeria, don't they? Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's French. And this 6 ball, well, good luck potting that. So Interchangex, well, he could get crazy here if he's got the angle, couldn't he? He'd be really crazy to do it. And I think there's not much of an angle there on that 2 ball to try and stun and bump the 6 from there. I mean, the other thing is the 5's down in the rail. You know, this is, you know, how do you get a nudge on that 6 ball? I mean, if you were here...
He's going to do it right now.
Let's find out.
So the key here is you really don't want to hit the 8. You want to hit the 6. If you hit the 8, you better do it with some speed because you could get stuck behind it. Or you can try to come the back route. He's not doing either. Boy, I would have taken a whack at it right there because, especially off the end rail coming up, you hit the 6 first, you're going to have a shot.
Unless he thinks there's something on that none of us can see, I don't know how he's going to do anything from here.
Because you play the safe. So you come out and you hit the 6 3 rails and put the cue ball behind the 8. That's the play here. You know, he's going to try to bank it, which I don't think it banks.
No, he's got too much of the 8 ball stuck on it. How's he going to do it?
Yeah, see, he needed to come out more so that he could just take the 6 ball
and just bunt it around the rails and stick the cue ball, yeah.
Well, no bunt. You got to hit it, and then you got to do a little stun run to get the cue ball forward behind the 8.
I don't know what he's coming up with here.
He's going to play for the behind it. Yeah, that's a tough safety, and he didn't really get there. Oh, he did get there.
Yeah, he got there.
Yeah.
There is... I don't think there's any of that 6 ball that you can do anything with.
Well, I'd soft kick at this. 2 rail soft kick. Here we go. Oh, that's too hard. Slow down. No, it was just too hard.
Well, he's going to be in dire straits in a minute here.
Yeah, because you got to stay on top of that. You just hit it too hard.
Why is it not uncapped? Steve, why has VP4 got a 200 FPS? What are you talking about frame rate?
You can uncap the frame rate.
Why is it not uncapped, says Coldest Pillow?
It is uncapped.
What's the cue ball?
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, it's another scratch from Cobra. Deja vu. Here we go again, folks.
Yeah, you have to be in a desktop window to run completely uncapped. If you're in a full screen window, it can only flip on it can only flip on the no, that's not true.
Well, this is what Interchangex has been doing all the way through. He's been getting chances like this and he's been putting them away, and he'll be back within one in a second or two.
Oh, it is true. I did leave it capped. You're right. But I'm not sure it's actually capped in desktop window mode. It may still be. I don't remember.
Well, the scoreboard does look a lot more appetizing for Interchangex now, and I think this is where his break has just failed him. And what's more, the one ball's come right into play, two balls wide open, 2 to the 3, and then of course the 7 ball is awkward.
Well, not only did he not make a ball, but he sold out too. That's a sellout break.
That's the worst thing that can happen with a dry break, is leaving everything set up. But I don't think it's a guaranteed out though.
The worst thing that can happen is scratching on the break.
Well, yeah, there's that as well. But I think this 7 ball might play its part in a minute or two. But again, if he gets the 5 out the way you play the 6, you've got plenty of room to get to the 7.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of problem here.
It's the only one that could potentially be the stumbling block. Let's just say that, and let's see what happens.
You got to leave yourself angle here. That's the main thing.
Well,
and he's got enough. It'd be nice to have a little more, but he's got enough.
Now, ideally, he wants a good stun where he's fairly straight in this 5 ball. I think that's what he'd much prefer. And it needs to keep opening out. Well, again, he's got to try and kill this one way or another.
Bump the 9.
Yeah, he's going to have to hit something, because this is, again, just wanting to run away, and he's spinning it with right English to try and get a little nudge.
Yeah, he bumped the 9, and then it frees the 7 up too.
Oh, he managed to play it dead weight.
He didn't even manage to. Well, that makes this shot a little tougher though, because the speed's harder on this now.
Yeah, this is definitely running away past the 9 and 10, isn't it? This cue ball.
Because if you bump the 9, you still have a hard cut, but it gives you room. It wasn't going to ever go behind the 7 if he bumped the 9. But
is he going to give it a smack and got him down?
I think he almost has to. Either that or play safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the cue ball going?
Well, there we go again. That's going to begin to annoy him. That.
Well, I mean, he didn't have. I'll tell you where that went wrong. Is that whole rack went wrong when he didn't get enough angle on the 4. That 3 to the 4 was the critical shot. You had to have angle on that 4 so you could slide over, and he got too straight on it.
Yeah, but as I said, the 7 ball was going to be the problem. That could be the potential problem that ended up.
Well, if he would have got straight on the 5, the 7's not an issue. I mean, that's where he went south. Is he had a pretty easy shot. You got to make sure that you got angle on that 4 ball.
Well, get on the 9 and it's all good.
But, at the point where Interchangex got some chances and started competing, and he told Cobra, I'm going to play, you're going to have to beat me. And Cobra has not been able to respond well under that pressure. He's making mistakes.
Well, anybody counting, Cobra's had, 4 scratches now, and they've all cost him. Every single one has cost him a rack.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. This is what I'm talking about. Interchangex taking every opportunity he's been given, throughout the tournament, and he's still doing it. And now he's back in level terms.
Pool's a funny game because, you know, you look at what Cobra's done, you go, well, he didn't really do a whole lot wrong this rack, but it doesn't take a whole lot. You know, having a cue ball 2 inches further over and he got angle on that 4 and he runs out. It's very little things. And when you start feeling pressure and you start making those kind of minor mistakes, they can multiply.
Guess where the 2 ball went again, folks? Top right-hand corner. It flew in like a bullet. But I don't think much is going to fly in here.
No, let's see what he decides to do here. This is actually a pretty tricky situation. You can shoot the 1 in the side pocket, the right side, because it's natural to get on the 3. But you've got big problems
behind the 10
with
and 7. What's he looking at?
You got big problems with the 4 ball. The problem is that the safety is tough, and trying to go behind the 10-7 is tough.
He's looking at the right side of the 1 and trying. Thing is, the problem is if he plays this soft, the 1 ball's still going to be in play, and then it's vital that he gets cover behind that 10 and 7 if that's where he's going.
He's going to shoot the 1 in the corner is what he's doing, and he's not going to make it. I don't know that was a terrible play because he didn't have any kind of easy safety. Now you could always push out, but you know, you push out, it's going to still be tough. He took the tough shot and didn't make it, and you know, but it's.
If you look ahead, you know, if Cobra gets a 1 and a 3,
well, then you're playing safe. You're moving the 4 and playing safe. So this is a terrible angle on the 3.
He's certainly not got any angle where he's going to get up and break anything, so he's going to have to just take his medicine.
Well, you want to set the cue ball down around where the 7 is, or a little lower. I think he might be able to go forward and get there because you want to get close enough. You can just bump the 4-6 apart and take the cue ball over off the long rail and put it on the 10-7. And this is really good.
Yeah.
So you can either play the dink safe or you can try to put them back on the 10. Either way is going to free up the 4.
Yeah. I think he looks as if he's trying to come back behind the 10 and 7 here. Yeah. Or he's thinking about it for a second. Now he's looking as if he's just going forward.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little afraid of that shot. I mean, I think...
Oh, that's terrible. That is absolutely awful. You've just seen the worst shot of the night there, folks.
He tried to stun run it. I actually thought he was better off trying to play the cue ball, 2 rails off the 4 over to the 10.
Well, I think he's taking his eye completely off that there with that shot. That
was the worst thing you could do. You clear up the trouble and give your opponent a shot.
Well, this is going to hurt if Interchangex can really take advantage here. Now, let's look at the 7 ball. The 7 ball goes. There isn't a problem with the 7 ball. So this is a big rack all of a sudden for many reasons. Now that needs to just slow up here because it could end up going too far beyond that 6. Now he's running loose.
Yeah, this is not good. Now you got to think about putting a cue ball on the 9, then the 6, and go to the long rail and try to put the cue ball on the 9. The 6 is headed towards the 7.
Oh, that needs to keep running or get a bump, and he has got a bump.
Well, he's got a shot. Nice shot there. Very well played. Very well played. Yeah, the Cobra looked at the right safety shot and decided to do what he thought was easier when it wasn't. But this is what happens when you start feeling pressure. Mentally, you can make some decisions based on fear.
And he's done it again. He's done it again. He's caught the object ball. He caught the, what was it? He caught the 8 ball earlier. Then he's caught the 9.
He overcut it.
Oh, that's going to be painful for another reason. That's one that he's let go.
Yeah, you let him escape there.
Yeah. And he could have been in the lead for the first time in the match.
Well, when you let a guy escape like that, too, it takes pressure off him because Cobra's definitely feeling the pressure. And that's like a pressure relief valve there. He's going to feel a lot better.
Now, where's he going, up top or into the side? He looks as if he's going into the side.
Yeah, he's just going to run this up and down.
Yeah, that is definitely, well, it's going to hurt either way. On the brink of getting into the lead, and Cobra gets let off the hook.
Well,
so that's what, 54 minutes into the match. Well, how much is this going to cost Interchangex? That's the question next in the agenda.
Yeah, that was a huge wreck. Well, kudos to Interchangex for getting himself back in this match. Putting some pressure on Cobra and got a bunch of mistakes out of Cobra.
That's right.
That doesn't look like anything's going in.
I think it's a 2-baller blocker. No, it's gone.
Nope. And
well,
just like that, Cobra.
He'll be looking to make amends here, Interchangex.
Yeah.
Again, it's a table where they are all available. This is probably the slightly awkward one, having to jack up and just nip that in. That's fine. He's good now. So this is where he has to redeem that error in that
4
last
to 5
rack.
is probably the critical shot because you want to get on this 5 in a way it's easy to get to the 6. And I think he'll just come straight back here.
He could end up playing the 6-ball into where the 4-ball's going, just depending how he lands up in this 5. If he ends up a bit straight, he might just roll through below the 6.
Yeah, he's got options. You want to be pretty straight. It's better to have an angle back towards the long rail than to be the other way. And that's fine.
That's fine. He's just a wee bit hampered, but he shouldn't have any problem. So now he's got a choice here. He's got to make a decision again because you've got to get out for that 7-ball. He's got to give this a fair little stunt. Well, he's almost on the mark. It just leaves that little bit of doubt again. He's got to work it to make sure he's not anywhere near interfering with this 9-ball to get to this 8. Yeah, and he's played it well. Good stunt, confident shot.
Well, I've always said that Interchangex had the game.
Oh, hang on a minute though.
Oh boy, that's a terrible shot.
Hang on a minute though. Why? I mean, you've just got to get that out into the table there.
Yeah,
you know, loads of room.
He's still okay. You know, I always thought this guy had a very natural looking game, had a good feel for it, and just needed to make less mistakes. And it's looking like he's kind of figured out how to do that. And I commentator cursed him.
You're giving all the time. You're giving the big build up. He's heading for a fall. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, that's two that's got away.
That's another 2-game swing.
And he knows that. That's the worst thing about it. He knows it, and you know that's Cobra getting off the hook twice in a row. You can't do that against this guy.
The key thing for him at this point is just don't panic. You know, you know how to play. You've been calm. Just don't panic.
Well, he's done all the hard work, taken all those opportunities that he did get, and now he's thrown 2 away. And this sort of mid-match period could make or break how this match is going to end up going. Now, something did go.
Yep.
He's on the 1. 2-ball is right in the middle of the table. He shouldn't have any problem there.
This is really the shot for the game right here.
Yeah,
if he hits this good, then the rest of it's going to be pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
And Cobra put a lot of English on that, which, you know, he plays an inside well, even when he puts a lot of English on it.
Should get off the rail. Have we heard anything? Because I haven't seen the news for more than 24 hours, I think. Have we heard any more on the Gene Hackman death? Have we heard any sort of ideas as to how things came about?
Yeah, I heard some stuff. So supposedly he has a pacemaker, and it recorded a event. So they think he had a heart attack. And then the wife went to rush to get pills, probably looking for his pills. And you know, they're saying that maybe she slipped and fell down and hit her head or something. But that's kind of the latest I heard.
I don't know. I don't know that it was a housekeeper, but it was somebody that worked for them found the bodies. But apparently he'd been dead for like a week.
Yeah.
You know, so they weren't getting regular visitors, obviously. But it just sounds totally weird. And how the dog's gone as well. What did the dog trip and fall? How did it die?
I'm not sure what happened with the dog, but the dog, you know, the dog. That's why they thought carbon monoxide poison initially, because of the dog, but there was no evidence of that. The wife also potentially had heart issues, and maybe stress could have made her have a heart attack too. They're less sure about her. For him, it looks like he had a heart attack.
Well, she's 30 years younger than him, I think. She's 60 odd.
I think she's 65, which would be 20 years younger.
Well, no, 60 from 95. Steve is 30. He's 95.
Oh, I thought he was 85.
Oh, no, he was 95.
Well,
yeah, but anyway, it's just a weird situation, so it is. Again, anybody that's never seen Mississippi Burning, go and watch that for a film. That's a good film. That's Gene Hackman, and he's best in that film. Not the French Connection or any of that. But you go and watch. I went to the cinema to watch that film, by the way. A good film, Mississippi Burning. Right, anyway, look at the damage that these errors by Interchangex has inflicted on himself. He's now 3 behind. And Cobra breaking, 2 balls gone in the corner again. And now he's going to have to make a choice here. Looks like the bank, is it? Yep. Well, don't forget, the police haven't said anything with any hint at all of suicide.
This is a very aggressive shot. I think I'd be playing safer. This is very aggressive.
Well, that's going up top past the pocket, and he's going to get lucky, I think.
He got away with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That may have been his plan, try to use a 4-ball as cover, but, you know, he's going to get locked up on the 4-ball now.
Oh, no, he ain't. No, he
well,
ain't.
He was supposed to. He didn't cut the 1-ball enough there.
It's come
you
off
cut
the
the
rails
1-ball
a bit here.
more, and then you just put more left English on it to hold it.
Coming off the rails at the wrong time here. Cobra's is getting a lot of leeway and leg room here right now, just at the right time for him. Just when he was showing little cracks there with Interchangex getting back at him, it's now going to have to be all over again, and that's a harder job now, getting to the second half of the match. And this table is out.
If Interchangex ends up losing this match, it's still been great for him because he's made a lot of progress. He's learned to play more consistent.
Yeah, and of course
he's still struggling some with some mistakes, but he's kind of getting more comfortable with the ebb and flow of the tournament and feeling the pressure and responding. And even if he can't win this, this has been a great tournament for him because he's made a lot of progress.
And he's going to get another bite at it in the win-loss side as well, regardless. You know, so
yeah, he's by no means out. And you know, you go through this. If you don't come out, you go back and you look at the match, and you kind of see where things went wrong. Maybe kind of review mentally what happened. You know, what happened to me mentally? Did I feel nervous here? You know, why did I make these mistakes? And it's always good to review those kind of things, because there's been some strategy mistakes, but you know, I think a lot of the execution mistakes are just mental. I mean, when you get to a point where you play really good, most of the execution mistakes are mental.
Well, now it's a 4-rack gap. It's double figures as well.
Oh, coldest pillow, is that is that your standard? You're lowering your standard to that?
Yeah, that's a positive situation. If you don't regularly go deep into tournaments, if you can get as far as getting your money back, then that's a positive.
Well, let me tell you a low standard. When I play golf, my standard is I hope I can find my ball. I'm happy if I find my ball. Well, that's I'm serious. That's a dry break and a nice table. I think the 3-8 combo goes. So you know, he's got a chance to redeem himself here and try to get back in this match. He's already done it. He was down. What was he down? 6-0 or something, or 6-1? 6-1, I think he was down.
I'll give you that the 3-8 goes, but he's got to get there.
Yeah, well, he's in a good situation to get here. You got to watch out for the scratch. You got to hit this hard, because you got to force it. You don't. The mistake people make here is they tend to put too much draw on this, because the ball will draw more when you hit it hard. So it's kind of a moderate tip position. And same thing with the English. You don't have to put a ton of English. It's real easy to overcook this and hit the 10 ball.
He's got to watch.
Just like this.
Yeah,
okay, he's good.
Well, let's be honest. You finish better.
Well, the biggest problem here is he's got to cut this 3 ball a lot. Let's see, if he hits the straight, will it go in? Yeah, he can make it. Okay,
I think that's
he's going to hit this into the outside cheek. He can hit this into the outside cheek. He's going to try to kill the cue ball. Shoot the 3 in the same pocket. He's going to shoot a kill shot here.
Ooh.
Well, he didn't get the kill.
Well, this is a little billiard onto the 8, but don't hook yourself with the jaw and leave yourself in the 3. That's the plan here. This is a little billiard onto the 8. Tap it in.
No, this is a tricky little billiard. You got to hit this real thin. I mean, you hit this just the slightest bit thick, and you're not going to hit that 8.
Well, the thing is, he wants to hit it on that side. That way, he's taking the well away from the knuckle and not going to hook himself.
He's not going to play that shot. I don't blame him. I don't. That 3 ball, the billiard's tough.
I'd have been all over that like a rash.
Yeah, he's playing safe here. He just called out, and he's not going to get safe. Or yeah, he is safe. So this is a little curver here. I would shoot the little masse here. You can try kicking behind this. The problem is the 3 ball's going in the open area.
Yeah, and you knock that 3, call the 8 ball, you've got a fair chance you're going to get a visit going here. Oh, that's going all wrong. Well, he's going in the back of the 3.
He put a ton of English on that, and I'm looking at that thinking, oh boy, he could get behind it, and he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have shot the little masse curve shot and tried to make it, because if you overcut it, the 3 ball comes back on the rail. I don't like kicking at balls that are out in the open like that, because how are you going to get safe? You almost have to get lucky.
Yeah, well, it's not looking good now. This is Cobra back in his comfort zone again.
Well, Interchangex let him off the hook. I mean, Cobra was feeling the pressure, making mistakes, and Interchangex. There was basically a 4-game swing. He had those 2 racks. So that's a 4-game swing.
Just when you think, all of a sudden he's tied the ball game. He's almost in front, and then suddenly he's 10-6 behind. What a change! What a turnaround!
Oh,
7-6 in front he was. He was all but 7-6 in front.
Yeah,
Good evening to Mooncake.
But this is a great opportunity for Interchangex to learn something. That's how you got to take a look at these. If he ends up losing, you got to look at this as an opportunity to learn. He's gotten a lot better. It's an opportunity to learn more so that he can win. And he's still not out of this tournament. I mean, he could get things figured out because he's pretty close, I think, to having a game to win one of these. Well, he's got the game. It's having the mentality.
Right on the other side of the 10. Right around and out. I would have still overhit that by a foot. That way I'm staring down the 10 ball. I wouldn't have left it square.
No, you left that a little short. In real life, you especially don't like this shooting off the rail.
You overhit that and you end up here. You've got a much more comfortable shot.
Well, you're not on the rail.
There it goes.
Good shot.
Well, Interchangex has hit a brick wall. He is completely stalled in 6. And it's 5 in a row for Cobra.
I remember a guy playing Alex Pagalian, guy about my speed. He's got him. He gets down to it. It's hill. That guy's got that exact shot off the rail and misses it. Alex wins. Had that shot to beat Pagalian.
So Cobra's break. Guess what's went again? 2 ball into the corner.
Yeah, so this is where he's got to play safe. This is a little tricky, unfortunately.
Well, the 7-8's a good combo. The only problem is it's going up the table to the other pocket.
He's going to shoot the bank. I don't think this is a horrible decision because the safety's tough here. And he hit it pretty good. He just didn't make it. And he covers the 7, so this table just got tough.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you the really difficult part about the 7. There's not a lot of easy safeties on it. I mean, you can play the little thin safe where you bring the ball across. I mean, that's simple, but it's not a great safe. And you got to be way up at the end of the table.
I'll tell you something else.
Spot.
I don't fancy trying to get to the 7 from the 6. That's. I mean, I think you've got to be trying to get a good bump in this one way or another.
Well, you know, this is tough. I like getting to the 4 ball and playing safe myself. I would have liked getting an angle on the 4 where you could take the cue ball and put it on the 7 ball. You know, like being where you could bank the 4 ball and go 2 rails and put it on the 7.
There's a chance here.
That. Well, this is see, this is insanity trying to break these out.
Yeah, that's what he's trying. He took a huge risk.
And he's going to get lucky.
He's got lucky. Yeah,
unless this goes in. Well, he can jump this though. See, the problem with that shot is there's a real good chance that's exactly what you're going to do. Break up the treble and sell out, which he's done. He's going to jump this, I think. And
well, Cobra said his fingers burnt with an attempted jump earlier on, so I don't think he got much alternative other than having a go at it.
But before the 5 ball was too far away when he tried to jump it. This distance is a lot easier. Oh, he's not even going to try to jump it. You're right. Uh-oh. Oh, that's so lucky. It double kissed the 4. That almost scratched. It double kissed the 4 in.
Now, this is tricky because he's trying to.
He's
is he trying to bump the 7?
No, he's going to play a bunt safe. He's going to knock the 5 between the 7 and the 8. I think he'll just.
I think he's running the cue ball between the 7 and the 8. I think that's what he's doing.
I don't think so.
No, you're right enough. And that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Although it's a big target to hit, though.
Yeah, but you know, you got to try to kick this in 2 rails. If you kick this in 1 rail, you're probably getting hooked by the 7 or 8. You got to go 2 rails there, and it's got to be a little speed because the cue ball will come off towards maybe high of the 7. Depends on how you hit it.
That's not going to do him any favors. Well. 8 ball could come to the rescue, or Cobra could just nail him on the 9. One of the two. But where the 7 ball is very handy for doing a little bit of damage on that 8-9 and splitting them up.
Well, but you can shoot the 8 in the side pocket if you get good on the 7.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, that just made things tougher putting a 10 ball there, because the 8 went in the corner too until that rolled over. But the good news is that this is you got a lot of safety options with the 9 and 10 there. So he's going to get this thing down, make the 7. He may try to take a control bump on the 8. There's nothing a matter with a control bump, as long as you know you're not going to hook yourself. And if you don't get where you got a shot, you can play safe.
Off the rail. Now the thing is, does he pot the 7 here? I mean, I don't think he get much open. It's too straight.
No, he can get into it, but I'm not sure this is a great thing to try to break out. As long as you feel like you can bump it under control, I'm not sure he can. I think he's going to try to break it out, though.
I think the safety after this might be more difficult.
No, he decides to play safe. Now unfortunately, that's not a great angle.
Yeah, see, this is a problem. I think the safety now is really difficult, and how he gets this done and doesn't leave a shot.
He's probably going to hit the 8 into the 9 and draw the cue ball back behind the 10. That's my guess.
No, I think he's maybe going to try and just nudge that and try and, is he going to, I don't think he can catch much of the 9 either. I don't like that.
No, that's no good. I mean,
the
shot's to hit the 8 into the 9 and bring the cue ball back and make sure that you don't make one of those balls.
Yeah, he's nudged the 10 though.
Yeah.
Well, he's left some bait there.
I was looking at it as instead of hitting it with English like that, I was looking at hitting the 8 like dead on into the 9, like the 8 straight on with a cue ball and just coming straight back. He decided to play a different way, which was fine too, as long as he barely rubbed it.
Oh, by the way, did any of you see that Semi-Pro was doing a stream last night, and he was supposedly giving away £50 for anybody that could predict his high break. He was playing snooker or something. I just came across it on YouTube. I don't know who won it, if anybody won anything, but he apparently was giving away £50. So this guy ain't poor. No, I didn't. I went to bed.
What's the chance of somebody predicting to run? Come on.
Well, I mean, snooker's only got so many permutations for a high break, but your odds on winning are fairly slim. Mind you, there was only 11 people watching the stream, so your odds are actually increased a lot better. The fact that there's only 11 people there, then you take out the half that didn't bet anything or didn't call anything. I don't know.
Boy, does this thing go? I don't think this thing goes, does it? He's got to be playing safe here. I don't think this goes by the 8. Maybe he knows something I don't.
Well, it would if you nailed it. If you nailed it, it would. But he's caught the 8 again.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you hit it perfect, that was a...
Oh, when it was Cobra that time, I thought it was Interchangex.
I guess he figured as long as he hit it good, he'd be safe, because of the 7. So that was actually not a bad shot. Well, he's going to go 2 rails here. Just got to make sure you don't hit the tit, and he didn't. That's a very good shot. Now that's a great shot.
That's worked out very well.
Well, he hit that perfect. Beautiful.
Oh, you're right.
Shot.
I know. It was. He's got 500 subscribers. That's what it was. That's why he was doing his £50 thing. Well, I'll do a £10 one if I ever get to 1,000, so I know my money's safe there.
Well, what's Cobra going to do here? May try to tie a ball up. He's pretty locked up. He can kick short rail first. It will go with some English, the close rail to him. I mean, not short. The long
well, he
rail
was trying to mess
He's trying
things
to tie
up.
one up, and that's probably not good enough.
Well, you got a fairly stonewall 6-10 combo that can be dealt with, especially where the 5 ball is.
This is a big rack because Interchangex is not out of this match, and if he can win this rack and then he's breaking, I mean, he can get himself right back in this right now.
Well, that's exactly what he has to do, because you're sort of running out of racks. You have to. This is where if he's going to get back into it, it probably does have to happen now.
Yeah. Well, he does seem to be staying calm, and the mistakes of the past are in the past, and he's just got to buckle down and play.
Once we.
That's perfect.
Almost straight in this 5-ball, so you can hold off for the 6-10.
Yeah. That's just perfect. I mean, that's what he needed, because he needed to get on this one good.
Now, he's just got to be careful. Well, he'll be actually hoping this 6 bumps the 9 here and stays in play.
I would
draw. Because this 6 ball's going that way.
I'd draw this ball and make the 6 go forward.
Oh, he's played it dead
He's
weight.
Been able to play it on the side of the pocket. That's even better.
Worked out fine. Now, got to get high into the table, as high as you want. And the more it opens out, the more comfortable a shot it is. That'll do it.
That's perfect. So, this is quite the performance by Interchangex. I'm impressed. I mean, yeah, he made some mistakes, but the fact that after those mistakes, he's been able to maintain his calm, and that's what he really needed.
Are we going to guess your high break in Cowboy? I saw Hugh do a 27 once. I think my high run was in Cowboy. I think it must be about 90, 93 or 94. Because I'm too flashy. I'm a sucker for 3-railers all the time. I can't resist them. Anyway, Interchangex. Is he back in the game? We'll tell you in a few minutes' time.
Well, I mean, he's doing himself proud, because he's had problems in the past mentally, and he's really improved in that area. I mean, this is a good performance by him. Whether he wins or not, it's a good performance.
Oh, that didn't do anything. Where's the 2-ball going? It's dry, and look where the 1-ball is.
Yeah, but look where the 2-ball is.
The 2-ball just locked itself up.
So this is definitely an opportunity to just come down and play safe on that 2-ball.
Oh, do you give this a good bang and start running the cue ball, though? Because he's a bit stuck to the rail, isn't he? So he's limited what he can do.
If you're not going to get the cue ball down far enough, you might as well just try to play safe on the 1, because leaving the cue ball up here and the thin edge on the 2 is no good. So you got to get the cue ball down table.
Yeah, he's trying to get a ball.
Where's the cue ball going?
Yeah.
He's going to be in trouble now.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he probably
does he try and run out?
I think he's going to try to run out. He's got a shot.
Yeah. Well, he's just getting his bearings.
There's not a whole lot of reasons to play safe unless you're going to play for the 3 foul, because the table's good. Now, if something else was locked up, then yeah, you would play safe here. Uh-oh. Go.
That's not getting there, is it? It is just in the last breath. Just in the last breath it got there. Well, good evening to Tam.
That's like one less bean in that burrito, and it doesn't get there.
Well, we're gonna have to have a what do you call it? A non-affiliated VP4 non-supported Cowboy Doubles World Championships. And he's hooked himself. Yeah.
That's not a good mistake. See, I would have always gone 2 rails there, because it was safer with the line on the cue ball if you go 2 rails, end rail, long rail.
I'm afraid
he tried to go 1 rail, and that was not the play.
This is actually just getting added to Interchangex's collections of opportunities I've not been able to get out on, and now he's certainly got more than he would care for at this precise time in this match.
Well, I think the reason why he did that was because he was a little worried if he played long rail about getting on the 7, but I still think the better line was end rail, long rail. Better chance of success.
7 cleanly goes into the side. There's no issues getting out. It's just cue ball again.
Yeah.
But it's one that's got away again for Interchangex, just as he was looking at nipping 2 in a row.
Yeah, I don't know if you consider that an execution mistake or a pattern mistake. Either way, it's going to cost him.
Well, nice. You can punch this in and get the cue ball going up a little bit if he wants. When I say up, just going that way a bit, just like that. It's a good firm punch, good stunt.
Well, on the positive note for Interchangex, he's immediately in the losers bracket final. So,
yeah, you can let the rest of them battle it out. He's probably.
Well, he's going to have another chance. He's going to play another good player there, and then maybe get a chance to come back and play Cobra again.
Well, the problem with that is he might have to take out Albinario to get there. That's the problem.
Well, I think he can. I mean, he's capable of winning against any of these guys. He's getting better all the time. And mentally, he's better. His play is better. He's making progress, and that's, as a player, that's what you want to see. You want to see I'm playing better every tournament. I'm playing smarter. I'm executing better.
Right, I'm putting the camera off because I'm going in sleep. I'm going in sleep mode now. I can't remember what the hell button did I put. Oh, it was that one. There we go.
You know, the other guy that's been getting better is Cobra. Now the guy that hasn't been getting better is Albinario. He's the one that is more vulnerable. I mean, he was already really good, but Cobra and Interchangex have both improved, and Albin has not.
Yeah, but Albinario, as we all know, is on a mission now.
Well, I mean, Albinario's got the most experience and the most wins, and so he's always going to be dangerous. Maybe he hasn't improved, but he's still as good as anybody in the tournament.
Well, that's hampered right over the 6. Yeah, this is ugly.
Yeah, you can kick this with some spin off the end rail, but it's not easy. You can
this is definitely ugly. You're going to catch that knuckle in the side pocket, aren't you?
You can soft kick this. You know, you're trying to hit dead into the 1 ball very softly. That's probably the play most pros would do here.
You ain't getting there. It's going top side.
Too much speed, anyways. Well, the good news is he didn't leave much. The bad news is he's going to be locked up here.
Yeah, I think Cobra's going for 3 fouls here.
Well, if he's going for 3 fouls, you'd probably be going the other way with this 1 ball because you want to hit the 1 ball down where there's other balls. This way, you're not going for 3 fouls because even if you get ball in hand, it's a little tricky to get the guy in a situation where you're going to 3 foul him. See, if he would have hit the 1 ball the other way, then he's got all these balls down here that he could use. I'm not saying he can't get the 3 foul from there. It's just going to be harder. So he could thin the 1 and take it off the end rail or the long rail, end rail, and try to put him on the 4 ball. That's one option. That's kind of the option I like the best because you get the 3, 5, 4. Or you could just run out. I would thin the 1 and try to put him behind the 3, 5, 4.
He's playing the combo next.
Yeah, he's just going to try to run out, which isn't a bad choice. Yeah, he's all good. Not seen a lot of difference. I would disagree with that, Bedhead. And I don't, you know, his banking got better when we played the bank tournament. I think the biggest improvement in Cobra is he's not taking wild shots he's playing safe at more appropriate times, and his safeties have gotten better. I mean, he's just playing way smarter. As far as his running out, no, I would agree with that. I don't think he's gotten much better, but that wasn't his problem with winning these things. It was the other stuff, and I think all of that's gotten better.
Just as well I put the webcam off. I had to take my top off. I'm getting too warm.
I guess you weren't around, Bedhead. The first stream I saw him play really good in this, and I said, now I'm a fan of Cobras. Because he's playing the right way. That's the biggest difference, is he went from not playing always the right way to he's rarely doing anything that I would consider a strategy mistake.
This 6 ball's nailed, by the way. Got to be careful with this.
Another guy in this tournament that's, you know, he's like a Cobra, is Spectre Don. He runs out all the time. And he's behind Cobra and learning how to play safe and to move and the right strategy. But he's going to be a force to reckon with if he figures things out.
Well, he's the wrong side of the 7, really, for comfort. You know, it just means he's having to do a wee bit more with the cue ball.
Yeah, but, you know, this is the kind of shot, he hits these shots good. You know, this is a pretty standard shot, really, in pool. I mean, this shot's easier in VP as soon as I say that, he dogs
commentators cuss again. Let's see if we can catch that. There we go. There's Mr. Jinx taking a visit.
See, that shot in real life, you know, it's not a hard shot to aim. It's all strokes. So in real life, you know, you gotta be able to execute mechanically because you're hitting the ball hard. And on VP, that shot should be easy. And normally Cobra hits that good.
Well, now he's again. If you just get that bit higher in the table, it's a lot easier to control this.
Well, he's just got to float this, you know, between the side pocket and the diamond here. Oh, he didn't hit it. He killed it. It's not going to get there.
No. It's the.
You know what the mistake was there? Is he put draw on it instead of using just straight English. He tried to draw it also. Well, this is a pretty good shot. Didn't get safe, but.
Well, I think he's taking the bank out past the 10. I don't think it goes.
You know, this is a tough shot. There's no easy safety here. This is the kind of situation you're tempted to shoot because I don't know how you're going to play safe there.
He could do something crazy and play a draggy right English spin shot behind the back of the 9, try and punch it up the table and use the 10 ball.
He's shooting it. He thinks he can get it by the 10. It's going to be tight.
He's called the bank, has he? Oh, that looks. Yeah, it was always tight. It's going wide now.
Well, he could have banked it. He could have banked it in the other corner pocket. I mean, obviously that's a harder angle, but you don't have the 10 ball in the way.
Well, good evening to Slugs. Well, is this just another consolation rack for Interchangex? Well, in truth, he's only going to be 3 behind. If he can just get a break working here, it could be game on again. It could be game on if he can get this 2 ball in the corner. Watch the 2 ball. In fact, we'll get up and go this way to see if the 2 balls go. No, it ain't, but something did go in. And that 1 ball's going dead. It's going nowhere. What went in? 3 balls gone.
Yeah,
Ben, can you see the 1 ball?
I think it's at the level he's at. It's small things, but small things make a big difference. And you know, when you're playing good players.
Well, clearly these 2 guys have got cast iron bladders again because none of the 2 of them want a bathroom break.
Well, he may just. Can he cut this down the rail? He can cut this down the rail and use the 10-6-5.
Yeah, just come over back into the middle of the table. He's got an ideal line to do that.
Well, he can bank this too. I mean, you can just go for it if you're comfortable with the bank. But
well, he ain't calling in. I think your first call is probably what he's trying to do here.
Yeah.
Well, he's actually he's bumped
shot.
to 6, but I think the billiards on. The billiards on.
The billiard's definitely on because he left the edge of the 1. Yeah, he tried to get it past the 6, and it was probably not going to happen. He might have been better off hitting it easier and not trying to get it past the 6. You know, that's kind of one of those things you got to feel and judge. If I can't get it past the 6, then you're probably better off hitting it easy and making sure that the 1 ball doesn't sneak out.
Now you've got to use pool terminology called this pillow. It's racks, not frames. You've only got frames and billiards and snooker.
I mix them up sometimes. Sometimes I say in off. Just so that some of you guys know what's going on.
Aye, that's the Russian snooker player in off the red. Well,
this is pretty straightforward at this point. I mean, he's got to miss the 6, but other than that, I mean, it's he gets good lines on the ball, especially drawing it. His draw control's always been really good. He plays from the inside of the cue ball good. Plays smart. He doesn't take chances with the cue ball. And that's a super, 5, and that's a super important thing in pool, because when you take chances with a cue ball, it's not going to work out all the time. If you don't take a chance with it, then
you mean like what Stubb does all the time? Is that what you mean?
I don't mean just blasting it. I mean just like, you know, how you decide to move the cue ball. You know, you move it in ways where you can't get snookered or you can't get a bad rub off another ball. People will get a rub off another ball and they'll go, oh, that was bad luck. Well, but you made the choice to move the cue ball where that was possible. Just, you know, don't move it that way.
Yeah, in a nutshell, we're still talking about Stubb.
No, Stubb's out of control, and that was not good. He did not want to hit that, and I didn't think that 9 ball was in play. Well, the shot here is bring the 8 straight at the 9, right English, kill the cue ball.
Well,
this is off the rail, down the table. He's going to bank it.
The bank's on. The bank is definitely on. He's got to get the line though.
The problem is getting a cue ball down table. I mean, this is potentially hard to get the cue ball down the table.
Well, he's gave it every chance there. He's going to have the bedhead cut though.
I guess he doesn't mind the cut. When you make everything you shoot at, I guess it's okay to leave these.
Well, I think he's got to go off the rail, down, and back up as high as he wants for this 10 ball. So he's got to give this a bit of juice. And that looks pretty good. It's got the legs. Good. Well, no second comeback for Interchangex for the look of it. It's running late now.
He's still got time. It's 2-1, but there's still a fair amount of games. I mean, it's not looking great for him, but he's not out of it yet. He's definitely still in this match. Well, the reason why Stubb gets lucky and unlucky is because when you blast balls, that's the way it is. If you play a guy that turns a cue ball loose a lot and hits balls hard, you're going to see him get lucky a lot.
Have a guess at what ball went in there, folks. Yes, you've guessed it, the usual. And he's on the 1, a bit hampered, I think, but he's on the 1. No, he isn't. He's actually fine.
Yeah. This shot, you just got to watch out for the scratch in the corner. And he hit it perfect. That's the thing is when you see guys rolling balls on lines like that, you know, it's like, and he's doing it like every time those kind of shots come up, he's running on good lines. Or not every time, but most of the time. I mean, that's, you know, that kind of shot's not an automatic shot with a cue ball. Just being on good lines all the time, those are the kind of guys that you got to be scared of. This game's a lot easier when you move the cue ball well.
Oh, it's going to be 6 ball up table.
Yeah,
roll
he's gonna
through for
come
the
straight
7.
across. Well, you know, this one you can get a little funny on.
Yeah,
It's a
he's
little
going
hard
to.
to get perfect.
Yeah, he is funny now. Well, he's got to make a
Yeah.
choice here, but I think he might just take his medicine, leave the high cut in the 7. He's got to avoid the 9 though.
Well, I think he's going to shoot this in the corner and put some right English on it and come up very nicely. Because he's
No,
comfortable with his shot. Well, he's going on the side.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
actually.
very good.
Well, another bedhead cut.
Yeah, this is a shot you almost have to overcut if you're hitting this easy because it'll want to throw into the end rail. And see, he overcuts that beautifully. That's the way people miss that shot is they hit it low speed like that and the ball throws too much and it goes into the end rail. And
Well,
it's break and
tall
run.
order. Tall order.
I'll tell you what, Hugh, the stats are going to be interesting from this match because we've seen some great breaking and we've seen a lot of break and runs.
That's perfect.
Yep, things are getting tougher for Interchangex. And he really has played a pretty good match. Cobra's just, you know, he played an excellent match so far. I mean, he had a few mistakes when he felt the pressure, but he's kind of got himself back in rhythm.
Well, Interchangex has had opportunities where he's failed to deliver tonight, and he's had more than one, and they've cost him.
Yep, I mean that's the nature of it. But he hasn't fallen apart. He's kept his composure.
No,
which is
I mean
big step. But yeah, I mean
he's not get desperate and done anything desperate yet. That might still come.
He's made enough mistakes to lose.
Well,
he's got a chance here.
Yeah, the scoreboard still looks better if you can get to double figures.
Well, you're never out of it till you're out of it. But the closer Cobra gets to 17, the tougher it is to come back.
Well, he actually might just loosen up as well. This guy Alessandro, who's just come into the room, says, "Hello, sorry, I have a problem. Can you help me?" And then Stubbs come in again under a different profile. So I don't know what what help this guy needs. He's probably been asking in the lobby as well.
Next time he comes in, he's going to get a fine. You get it figured out.
Well, he's just arrived in the lobby, that guy.
He's got the edge. He's going to try to get safe here. That was an unfortunate mistake with the cue ball.
And meanwhile, Interchangex has got himself out of line. Too busy looking at what the chat was saying there. Well, this is, again, another opportunity that is going to go a-begging by the look of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, this has kind of been, self-inflicted damage. That's a very nice shot.
This is pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's really good. So
but
that's
it's stone dead stopped.
That's the kick and stick right there.
Yeah.
Got it really good.
Worked out very good.
Well,
you pull the odd one of them out now and again, you're still in with a chance.
Well, I mean, it's good to see somebody playing that shot. I mean, it's a normal thing when I tell people this isn't that hard a shot, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's really hard. It's really hard," because they tried in a match. They've never ever practiced it. Of course, it's hard if you don't practice. But that's a shot you'll see in real life. Pros hit that a lot.
Well, I think the mistake that Interchangex will make here is hitting this 7-ball too soft. Depends on the angle he's on in this 7-ball, but he can't hit this too soft. He's got to get good and comfortable on this 8. He can't be leaving it square.
He's not the kind of player we've seen come up short. If anything, he'll overcook this. He's not a guy that hits it too soft.
Yeah, well, he's got there this time. He's got there. Just a comfortable roll up the 9, stop for the 10, and he'll be in double figures. Well, this is his chance. We keep saying it, but it is his chance to get a little roll going here. And maybe have Cobra just thinking a wee bit more.
You're right, Bedhead. That one wasn't particularly easy, but it was, that wasn't any kind of automatic, even for a pro. That wasn't an automatic stick and kick.
8 ball, 10 balls going in, nothing in the 1.
Well, he's got some safety options here.
Well, he can roll right onto this 7 if he's brave.
Yeah, well, I like rolling off the rail like this. See, that's the way to play that shot. Why is that the way to play that shot? Because you can roll up and get really close to the 7 pretty easily that way. Too many guys play that where they try to go directly to the 7 instead of off the rail.
I think he's going to have to go 2 rails. I think he's going to have to go long rail that he's looking at and short rail it onto the 1. I don't think he's got another line to get there.
Yeah. Interchangex is showing us a pretty good safety game there. He's had a couple nice kick safes this rack.
He's trying to go direct. He's trying to go direct, called it in the corner just in case. And is he getting lucky?
He is getting lucky.
Yeah.
Because he can't shoot at this. And this is a tricky safe. I mean, he may try to thin this, but there's...
I don't think he can come off. He can't come off the point and tuck this past the 9. This is going to scratch.
No, he can't shoot this ball. This is kind of a tough situation. You could kick at it, kick 2 rails and try to make it. This is... You've got to play where you can take the 1 ball between the 3 and 7 and up table and let the cue ball run forward.
Oh, yeah,
it's kind of you got to watch out for the scratch by the 9, but you can.
This looks dodgy.
You can bank this 1 3 rails in front of it. Yeah, he's trying to play the safety there. That was a tough shot. Oh, he's trying to get on the 3 ball. Interesting idea.
No, you can play the cut combo. You can play the billiard.
See, that shot I was talking about comes up in 1 pocket a lot, where you actually play the bank and let the cue ball run forward. You cross the object ball in front of the cue ball, and that's good enough. So you can definitely get out for the 2.
Yeah. You should make sure he gets across far enough, though.
1 between the 3 7 and cue ball up behind the 7.
He's got there.
I don't know. I don't remember what's there again.
So 1 hour 46 minutes so far. But it looks like Cobra is going to be edging to within 2 of the final. He's just got to get, again, off the rail back across.
Yeah, he hasn't missed a lot of balls. I will say that one of the differences in this match has been that Cobra's hardly missed any balls, and Interchangex has missed 2 or 3 that really cost him.
Well, I'm actually stifling my yawns, coldest pillow. So yes, you're actually wrong in saying that statement, because I've been going downhill for the last hour. Yeah, I'm in a bad way at the moment, and it ain't going to get any better. I'm not going to hang around. I'm out of here after this.
He just way under hit that. So yeah, is he going to shoot at this, or he's got a safety where he can go take the 6 towards the middle of the end rail and try to come down. I don't know that he can get by the 10, but he can put an end rail. He looks like he's going to cut it.
He's blasting it. Yeah, that was tall.
Where's the cue ball going?
Tall order, that one. Well, it's allowed Interchangex. Who the hell's Apollo sending me a PM?
Well, and that's one of the reasons why, maybe on that other ball he plays it differently rather than with draw.
no disrespect to Apollo, but I am shutting that down. Well, these are the little lifelines that you need just to stay in the game. A little bit of assistance from your opponent. Now does a break work for him? This is when it needs to work. This is sort of last chance saloon right here with this opportunity, this break. If he can get a break and a ball and a shot. And 3 balls again. In. 1 ball going to be in the side.
He's got a shot, and yeah.
It's a good table.
All right, I'm taking the bathroom break.
Right, so a big rack and a big opportunity. This has just got to be dropped in dead weight and leave the 2 in the corner. I don't see any problem doing that. Well, he's actually stunned it in to take the 2 into the other corner. I don't think I'd have been that brave. I think I would have bottled out. He might have he's actually got himself 2 straight in the 2, and now he's left himself short in the 4, and suddenly it ain't quite as straightforward. Suddenly the 4 balls a huge pot. He should be on the 5. I don't think there's any issue with him not being on the 5. And again, well, it all depends on how he wants to get this cue ball out of there onto the 6, because you don't want to trifle with that side pocket. He's staying below it and playing safe, and quite right. Quite right. And there was too much manoeuvre needing done from that tight space that he was in. So now, there's no excuse here for not getting on the 7, because the line that he's on the 6 means stopping the cue ball there, he's on the 7. There's no problem. Well, does he cut this and go 2 rails to come the 8 ball this side? I think he has to, doesn't he? Yeah, and it needs to get there, and it has done. So, okay so far. Forgot to get my tip change yesterday. Wish we had a pro shop nearby. Confident in putting a $25 tip.
Okay, so it looks like he's doing it, huh?
Well, up until when you've just said that, he's still got to get the 10 ball in the hole.
Oh, God, come on. I only commentated first twice today. Once on Interchangex and once on Cobra.
Well, there we go. And suddenly he's 2 behind, so he's had the break. He's had the follow-up rack. And now it can get interesting.
What the tip on isn't hard, Stephen. The tricky part is trimming it.
Well, as long as you get the right tools. 2 ball flew into the corner again. 6 balls gone.
The tricky part's trimming it. Having the right tools is... most people don't have the tools to trim a tip properly.
Right, well, the 1 ball cuts. The only problem is looking ahead, and very soon, unless he gets an angle on the 4 and starts bumping at 5 balls, he should just leave the 5-7 combo. That ain't dead set.
No, the 5 ball's got to move right here. If he cuts the 1, the 5's got to move.
Well, he might end up with a double kiss here. You never know. No, in fact, he's ducking. And he hasn't got there. Has he? No.
But that he wasn't going to get there. I mean, that was very difficult to get by. That he took a huge chance.
Well, this is going to cost him.
He tried to shoot a shot that wasn't there.
Did he get a rail? Did he get a rail? No, he didn't. He didn't get a rail. Oh, wow. Goodness me. What a mistake there from Cobra.
Wow.
Well, presumably Interchangex is aware of that.
Obviously, he's not.
Oh, that is crazy.
Now
What the hell is Interchangex doing?
He thought he got a rail. He didn't see that it was a foul.
Now, this is why you've got to pay attention. Oh, that is another huge mistake there.
You think he's got his HUD completely turned off? I mean,
I can't believe that. I mean, he
doesn't even know he did that. Unbelievable.
And, I mean, that is just crazy. Well, if he's got his HUD switched off, he's a complete numpty, isn't he? I mean, you've got to say that. I can't believe that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's no way you should be playing with the HUD off, so you can't see anything like that happen.
See, in real life, that can happen because you don't see it or something.
Yeah.
Because not all matches are played with a referee. With a referee, that won't happen. But you've got a referee. It's called virtual pool referee.
Yeah. Oh God. I mean, that is just let one go there.
Boy.
Yeah.
Paul says, I think Interchange is tanky.
Good evening to Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Well,
that was unexpected.
It's one other reason for him watching this match played back, because then he can see that he isn't paying attention.
Well, he's probably got his HUD switch all the way off, which you don't want to do. You want to be able to get the foul message. Oh, that's going to be a foul there.
Yeah. He ain't got the rail after the hit, and
and Cobra is going to notice.
This is where you can run this in and run into the 3 and 5, or draw into them, whatever he wants to do. I think he could have run that and then went forward, couldn't he?
It's pretty safe to draw into these. I mean, in the sense that you're not going to hook yourself normally. Well, maybe at that speed you will.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I'll tell you something, Steve. You're picking him out tonight to jinx these players. By the way,
I got the power today. Wow.
You only need to think about it and go ahead and do it. Mind you, none of us thought that Interchangex would do something as stupid as what he's done. But,
told us P, that town chalk is really good stuff. That's probably the best chalk out there.
Well, I mean, depending how this shot goes, Interchangex still might have a chance here. Well, this ain't going to get there, is it? This ain't getting there, is it?
It might. I think it is.
He's going the other side of it, though. He's going the other side of it, though.
But he did not. Yeah, he needed to hit that a little more straight on. It was almost a great shot.
The one thing I would say is, good luck with getting the 4-ball unless you get right up into the table and play the bank. The bank is dead set. If you're anywhere in this line...
Yeah, he can play the bank or he can play safe. If he doesn't get good on the bank...
Oh, he's not going to be good in the bank.
No, this is a pretty easy safety.
Yeah.
He's just going to put him on the 5-ball.
Well, he's got to watch he doesn't leak out here. And he's leaking out. He's leaking out. Is he? Yes, he is. Well, this is tricky.
This is still pretty good. You almost have to shoot this. I mean, there's no good safety here. I'd be shooting the bank. I'd shoot the bank. The
bank again looks good from this line.
The biggest problem with the bank is the 10-ball. You gotta. It's a little tricky coming up with a shot on the 5, and he's going to play safe.
Well, that ain't getting there, is it? Is it getting there? Is it a bedhead cut? Here's a huge shot coming up here, folks.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a bad idea. I'm not going to ever say that was a bad choice because he did have a chance, but it was tough. He just got a little bit too much of the 4-ball.
I'll tell you now, this 10-ball is still doubled in size. Watch this, because if he's cutting this 4, he gets it. This 10-ball double in size. Yeah. Watch this.
And how much of the 4 you get matters a lot of where this cue ball goes.
The 10-ball's doubling in size. Commentator's eye. Unbelievable. Yeah. Always on the cards.
You got a pretty good kick safety here, though.
Well, again, if he can stop this, if he can stop it and get distance.
You can definitely stop it. I'd try to kick stick this for sure.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't get it, it may kind of not go very far, and the 10-ball may work. Yep, that's a good shot.
This looks good if it's got the legs. He ain't got the legs, though. He ain't got the legs.
That was a good shot. I mean,
if that had gone around the angles and went to there, he was good.
Yeah, well, he tried to stick it, and he hit it pretty good, but, it wasn't any kind of automatic one.
Well,
I think the biggest problem with the way he's playing the kick sticks is a lot of time he's putting running English on them, and you're better off most times if you can put a little bit of non-running English. It's easier to get it to stick.
Well, that was a sort of the little flicker of a chance there that he could have been back on his tail, and it's just been snuffed out, or it's just about to be. But he's still got to stay above this 9 ball. He's going to underhit this and leave it higher in the 9. He doesn't want to risk going below. Got to stay by the side pockets here. Yeah, just like that.
Slow down, ball.
He's got enough angle to work with. This is going to come up left side.
Yeah,
up that side as we look.
He'll go to the long rail on this. End rail, long rail. It's just straight top and hit it.
The only thing is he doesn't want to go shallow into the side pocket, and strange things can happen.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh.
That was...
I told you.
Yeah, well, that's just a misjudge. That's either you got to put a little outside or a little inside. You got to kind of change the angle a little. It wasn't just straight top, like I said. You needed to tweak it just a tad.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's within 2 now, and he's got a 3-rack lead. Well, there's been a worse situation in this earlier in the tournament, hasn't there? Oh, Cobra's finally gone to the bathroom. So Cobra's taking a
I'm
break.
Gonna go take a quick break too if he's going to the bathroom.
And we'll go back to the event. We can see that that's the wrong event that I'm at. Hang on a minute. Where are we? There we go. And these other matches, obviously all that's left now after this one tonight is the Albinario Spectre Dodd match to get played, to see who then is going to play more than likely, I say more than likely, Interchangex in the semi-final. So those guys have got until March the 6th. This is the 2nd, so they've got another 4 days to get it done, and hopefully that'll be done in my day off, which would start on Tuesday night. That would be handy either way, so they're going to probably get it done in the next day or two. Cobra hasn't said he's back yet. Well, he didn't say he was back, but he's broke off. And he's broke dry. And Interchangex has a thin cut into the side, but he's got to watch the pace in this cue ball. And if anything, bump the 9 or something. Just like that. And, well, we'll give him the 2 and we'll give him the 3, but he's got to get out from the 3. The 4 goes into both pockets up top. But like I said, he's got to get out of there. Now, if he's going to run it and spin it, he's coming on this side in past the 6. That would be the line he would be going, but he's hampered over the bloody 7 ball as well now, so that makes it even more of a hindrance. So now it's about judging the pace. Oh, and again, with the right English, and because he was jacked up. Now, I can give him every excuse there for that, because he's jacked up over the 7, he's putting English on it, and of course he's tweaking the cue ball, and that sends it offline. You've got to readjust the aim to compensate for that, and that was easily missable, that 3 ball, with the shot he had to play. And no sooner have I said that, Cobra's at it as well. Wow. Well, it's take 2 for Interchangex, but it's the same again. He's got to get this running. I think he can avoid... I think if he gets this tight enough, he can avoid the 8. And then the more I look at it, the more I worry about it. I think it might be in line. In fact, I'm more concerned that it is. Yeah. And how's his luck? Well, it ain't good enough. Cobra this time. Well, I mean, he could really jack up to get a hold of this cue ball, because he doesn't want it to nail to the rail. Yeah, that's why he's jacking up. He wants to be able to get into the cue ball. And that is perfect. I mean, he's off the rail. He can just nudge the 4 in. And, well, the time Steve gets back from his coffee, or bringing his coffee, this is going to be on the hill. I can't think where this is going to end up going wrong. He just needs to get out into the table off the 6 onto the 7. So we are 2 hours and 3 minutes old for this match that started at 2000 hours GMT. And a quick reminder, or an early reminder, that on March the 30th, we head over to British summertime. The clocks go forward an hour. That's still 3 weeks away. And the days are getting longer, the nights are getting shorter. Well, I think he's got enough angle to work with here. It looks fairly straight, but I think there's just enough to work with. Yeah. Well, again, he's got to go up and down with this. I mean, does he want to try and baby this in? I mean, he can drag it and kill it and come up. Yeah, he can. It's running away, but he's well within range. I'm so desperate to get to bed. Well, in the end, the rat could have went either way, but if you're in Interchangex's corner, it didn't go his way, and now
what I miss?
It's back to the wall. Well, two crazy misses you missed, but either way, Cobra's there and breaking for the match. Now, just to make it clear, we ain't doing an awful lot of discussion after this is over. We're going to have we're quite look at the stats, and then I'm out of here. I'm off to bed.
Yeah, I got to go too, real quick.
Well, that was what I would call a pretty damn good break when you're on the hill. He's got the 2 ball again, 1 ball into the side. Everything is wide open, and it's sayonara, hasta la vista.
Yeah, and 5 to the 6 is a critical shot here, and I don't see that being a huge problem. The 10 ball is the biggest issue there.
The only thing you can say is that if he does something really numpty-ish on the 4 ball, he can hook himself behind the 8. That's where the crazy stuff starts happening. But
yeah, see, you should never do that, because you shouldn't run the cue ball on a line where you could go behind the 8.
Exactly
you run in a line where it can't go behind the 8.
And this is what you should be. Even on this shot here, you know, when you're coming to that shot, you know that's what's playing in your mind, and you make sure you don't do that.
Yeah, see, I would have wanted to be closer to.
Well, would you? That's what I was about to say as well. Would you not rather be right up, down, and even in the bottom rail, just to be adjacent to the 5? See, this is where you can end up doing daft stuff.
Well, he still ran on a good line.
He's okay.
The 10 ball is the biggest issue here. He may try to hold this. I would not. I would run it and try to go around the 8 and either go on one side or the other on the 10. The 7's there, so you could go the long side on the 10. He's going to try to hold this.
He's trying to check this up big time.
I don't like this, because side pocket is always in play when you do that.
Yeah, he's got there.
But he hit it perfect. I mean, you couldn't hit it any better than that. I mean, you really couldn't do any better than he just did there. I mean, that's kind of game, set, match there. I can't see a whole lot of stuff going wrong here. And see, he plays the right side there. Because you stay on the other side of the ball, now you got to kind of come out in the side pocket. And, you know, this way, it's almost automatic, in rail, long rail.
Well, I think I've seen most of InterchangeX's matches in this tournament, and this has been his poorest performance, simply because he has missed out on opportunities during the match.
It's tough when you're playing somebody that's as strong as Cobra.
Well,
I think he's played really well.
Yeah, and you know, he's played well enough, but it still falls short of the mark to beat this guy tonight. But then again,
he's going to be in a better position. You know, he's going to learn from this.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll be in a better position next time.
He's got nothing to.
Well, he's a little funny here. This is not where you want to be on this 9-ball.
Yeah, he's
hit it good.
Out. So Cobra into yet another final, but
hasta la vista.
Albinario is looming somewhere in the background with the greatest of respect to the rest of the guys, Spectre Dawn included, and Interchangex.
The mystique of Albinario. All right, let's see the stats.
17 racks to 12 is the win. And we will go and look at the stats. I think they must be averaging a ball in the break at least. I'm going to go at the bracket again. I keep making that mistake. Cobra and that's him. Interchangex.
Interchangex made a comment in the lobby, too nervy to have a real chance. But see, you know, he is getting better at that because mentally he was much better.
Look at Interchangex's average balls in the break, 1.2.
Well,
Cobra was
look actually at the 75 and 70. I mean, that's look at the run out from the break for Cobra.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, that's tournament winning standard.
Yep.
7 racks high run, 7 or racks run, sorry. But there's the most important thing there. I never even noticed that Cobra had a 3 rack high run, and I think that's probably the best. That's the best run in the tournament, I think.
All right.
In fact,
I gotta go, Hugh.
I'm going to do a quick check now before we go.
Thank you for the stream.
I think that is the highest run of the tournament, racks high run. Where the hell is it? In fact, it is right there. We've just seen it tonight. Cobra's got a high run for the tournament of 3 in that match. Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for Steve's company. We'll be back for whatever we can get that's left in this tournament, and I'll see you again soon, and we'll bid you good night. And see you later, folks.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.